group. It's all good.
Dire team ban.
That's the thing, is that you gotta, if you're NiP, there's like 1,000 different things that could have gone differently. Like if Jonas wins that early duel against that Gyro, the first one, that would have been,
yeah,
because then that would have been a 20 damage net work swing. If Era had, like you said, if he had sold his heart instead of his assault, they would have had enough damage. Because it was 8 damage. Like literally,
8 damage is like nothing.
There was like 600 different ways that there's like, if you rewatch, I was rewatching it, is like every little thing mattered because they kept moving a little bit forward. If they had just like blinked on top, it was actually like 80 different things.
And there were so many things that Empire did right to be able to stop that. Like first, like intercepting, you know, some fun. Like even they knew a couple of those stuns.
They knew that there was no creep wave. Like he had to go for that. It was the all-in play.
So insane. But we're back with game number 3 now after what was the closest game that we've ever seen in Dota. I don't know how you top that, but we're gonna try here. We're gonna try.
It was such a weird game because NiP tried so hard to come back because it was really hard to recover.
Yeah,
it was just so rough, and they made a lot of misplays, but then they did everything right to battle back into the game. Jonas, who you saw be useless for like the first 30 minutes of the game, came online and just was alive. Like he was a large portion of the reason why they were able to get so many pickoffs. And then that happens. So I think if you're an NiP fan, you're feeling okay. If you're an Empire fan, you're extremely happy that you walk away with that win. But it was just good. It was fun Dota all around.
It absolutely was. And I'm going to feel like no matter what happens in this third game, no matter who walks away, I feel like both teams almost deserve a spot in that finals now. As we already have one of the teams waiting there. We see our first set of bans here. Winter Wyvern, Lena, pretty normal stuff. Ninjas, Pyjamas. What was it? Game 1 you were talking about? Putting value on the Queen of Pain?
Yeah, I think they weren't putting value on the Queen of Pain. They were like, okay, she slipped through the first round every single time.
Yeah.
Which is weird to me. Like I almost never see that because if she does that, then they usually ban her out in the next 2 heroes. But for her to slip through this far, it's pretty surprising. And man, I'm just still, I'm like going through my head right now. There's so many different moments where that game could have been different.
5 seconds.
There's like that first duel, that duel in Roshan, the item. I can't really, you don't really blame anybody for that though.
No.
Because there's no way that that was the main, you know, you don't blame it on any single player.
I mean, that was such a high stress scenario that
exactly.
I think both teams performed pretty admirably.
You just appreciate the game.
Yeah, I mean, just being able to like it's easy for us from our spectator position to go, oh yeah, you have to sell the item, go for upgraded boots of travel, and Yonosampan, goes straight for the throne. But in that sort of scenario where you've just knocked the throne down to 40 HP, you weren't able to finish it.
It's hard to focus. It was 8. It was 8 HP.
40 HP the first time.
Yeah, 40 HP the first time, which would have been one hit on anybody, any hero.
Yeah, if they messed up the Yule Scepter Light Strike Array combination, like Yonosampan gets that last hit in, the throne would have exploded the first time they went for it.
There are so many different things.
Man. All right.
That'd be nuts if that costs, like either, for example, if NiP end up losing like a game 3.
Yeah.
Like that, because this is a big deal. Like this is to qualify for ESL New York. And
you're only one, like if you get through this, you're only one series away, one best of 5.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a fairly significant tournament to be a part of, especially when half the top 8 TI are already have already been invited. It's a really good place to kind of test yourself. Good prize pool, trip to New York, which I've never been, so that should be exciting. But Empire, they're going to go right back to it. Earthshaker and Gyrocopter once again. It was successful the first time in NiP. Respond with the IO, which they dominated with in game 1. That was not even close.
Yeah, and I think the best thing about NiP is that they have so many heroes to work well with the Wisp. Like they're a great, like for whatever reason, the Swedes are just great with Wisp.
It's just, but I don't even think it's the Swedes. It's like every team that runs Wisp is good with Wisp.
Well,
the Koreans said that too.
Okay, EGM was insane.
Was he though? I'm just messing. That guy's my best friend, guys. I can make comments like that.
But the thing is, right, they have so many different strategies to run with Wisp. It doesn't even matter what you ban out in the second phase.
Oh, they're really creative.
Like, yeah, you want Tiny Wisp, but of course you're not going to get it. You're still going to get Wisp Legion Commander, Wisp, like they've ran Wisp Gyrocopter a number of times, Wisp Sven. We've seen that from Alliance specifically.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those heroes that, for some reason, it never really gets banned past like tier 3 or whatever, but it's one of those heroes too that it can be a tier 1 hero, but there are certain teams that just don't play it, and there are certain teams that just run it really well, so it hovers in this weird dead zone.
Team ban.
Whew. Great game, though.
You know how much damage Animage's illusions were doing to the Ancient?
How much?
3 damage a hit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it kind of puts a margin on there, right? Like, it doesn't even have to be a hero. An illusion hits it a few more times than it does.
Okay, so the AC, if he hadn't sold the AC, it definitely would.
I don't think he sold his AC. Somebody said that he sold his Battle Fury.
Oh, that's right, he did.
Yeah, but that's still the same thing.
Yeah, because
right?
if he had sold his heart instead. Yeah.
You still sold a damage item and kept the heart.
Yeah, it's pretty irrelevant, though. Like, you can't really...
You can't blame him
focus
for
on.
that
Yeah,
at
you
all.
can't really focus on stuff like that. That's a scenario where he's, like, trying to do quick math in his brain. He's like, just sell something. Like, get the boots of travel.
Yeah, exactly.
Just go. Like, it's go time.
And naturally, like, if you're going... Like, it's a pretty natural reaction, too, right? Because Battle Fury is going to be the one item that you usually sell towards the end of the game anyway, right?
Oh, yeah. You don't even think about selling the heart at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
There's very few times where you're actually thinking about stuff like that, especially when you've got no time to work it out at all. Like, you're immediately just being like, sell everything. Like, just do whatever I can. Like, make this okay. So, I don't think it's not a big deal.
All right. Darkseer, third pickup now for Team Empire. A lot of team fight there. A vacuum into an Echo Slam with the call down over the top. AoE on AoE on AoE. That's what I see from Team Empire.
5 seconds
We've
remaining.
got the Darkseer plus the Earthshaker Gyro. Yeah. It's just a good way to deal with the Wisp too, when you can just kind of consolidate your team fights. And you've already got a free vacuum target because the Wisp is always going to be somewhat near the other hero.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see what NiP... What really matters to me is how NiP decide to pair this Wisp.
Yeah.
Because in the first game, they had a really obvious target with the Axe, who they could just abuse Silent in the short lane.
I feel like Team Empire, like, they're going for so much team fight that they're maybe leaving themselves open to being split pushed again.
Radiant team pick.
Yeah. We've got a Legion Commander. That's such an early pickup, considering how...
Yeah. Why wouldn't they fourth pick it?
I think you just want... I don't know. Maybe they... It's just probably just a hold pick where you're not really sure.
Yeah.
And you know that you want the Legion anyways, and
yeah.
the next
I guess if you look at
what
what Team Empire have, like, Legion Commander is really good, so you know
remaining.
you're picking up that hero. So as you said, maybe they just don't know what their other support's going to be yet.
5 seconds
or
remaining.
their carry.
It was successful in the latter phases of the game. Like, it was really successful later on.
Time.
So,
especially given how, like, Legion Commander is talked about as kind of like a snowball hero.
Yeah.
And he had such a rough start, it goes to show, like, you know, what happens if Jonas Safan gets a good start on his Legion Commander.
Yeah, but how many times is he going to get, like,
gonna,
that 10,000 gold swing at bottom where your anti-mage gets, like, a 50,000 damage?
The point is that Jonas Safan still managed to find openings to get... Like, he didn't even get the kills for that, you know?
Yeah. Okay, you have to take the AM here if you're an IP.
Yeah, versus Storm Spirit.
It's good against the Darkseer, too. When you lane, the laning phase.
Why? Because you naturally build into Ring of Health and Ring of Regen? Or
it's not even just that. It's that in the early levels, if you just get a little help from your supports, then you get a few levels of the mana break, and you can actually contest the Darkseer and just zone him out of the wave.
And there's no way Darkseer can actually get a kill on you because you've got Blink as well.
Yeah, and you can't as a Darkseer, you don't want to man fight an anti-mage because it's not worth both the HP and the health.
Right.
I think it was like Black that said that. It might change now that because the Ion Shell lasts forever if you put it on a creep, but I don't think it has.
All right, so they're going to make sure there's no Keeper of the Light this time around. That would be maximum split push.
Ooh.
Man, it kind of sucks, but they had to go for the Storm Spirit,
10
right?
seconds remaining.
With that type of lineup, yeah.
They had to get something to be able to pick off the split pushers.
Yeah.
But then you just leave yourself open to the enemy.
It's okay, though.
You think so?
If your overall strategy is to try to get aggressive before that point, and your Storm is in your true 1 position, it's probably alright.
Okay.
It's going to be rough no matter what. Like, you're still mid against a Queen of Pain. SF was banned. So you're not left with too many options. The Lina and the SF were banned. So you could go for the Wind Ranger, but it's not ideal. Then I think you just soak up way too much farm on the map.
10 seconds remaining.
Although you have a Storm and a Darkseer and an Earthshaker and a Gyro. Like, that's already a pretty
5
farm-heavy
seconds
team.
remaining.
All right, our last pickup for Team
Reserve
Empire.
time.
What's their support going to be?
Take the... Wait, you can't take Disruptor. Can't take Lion either. Dazzle again? Dazzle plus Storm is pretty good. Because then you could make sure that the Storm doesn't just instantly get popped. Witch Doctor, Dazzle, any of those heroes I would
What
like.
about
10
Shadow
seconds
Demon?
remaining.
I think
5
ST's too
seconds
paper.
remaining.
Okay. I definitely like Dazzle the most, but they go for the Rubik.
Okay,
Dire
that's not
team
bad either.
pick.
That's an Aloha dance hero.
Sure. And he's got some pretty nice abilities to steal. Legion Commander's Nuke, Animage Blink is kind of a guaranteed. Some of the Queen of Pain spells.
I'm sure he'll steal Relocate somehow and make it work.
Relocate, Fade Bolt, and Sky Mage.
That's a lot of
like
counter
it.
Storm. The laning phase counter by Limp. You've got the control factor of Jonas and Fan, and you've got Era and Seal Kid. General's gonna have to play this game so smart if Empire want to stand a chance.
Okay. Our lanes are going to be pretty normal, right? Defensive Tri-Lane versus the Legion Commander Wisp. Animage Skywrath versus Darkseer, and then Queen of Pain versus Storm Spirit. That was time for you to confirm.
Yeah, I think so. You could maybe... No, you couldn't. You can run dual lanes here. Is that what you
10
said?
seconds remaining.
For Ninjas of Pyjamas?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you can run dual lanes here. Because Era plus Seal
5
Kid are enough
seconds
to
remaining.
zone out YOLO Warrior.
Earthshaker will probably do the Fisher block?
For top lane,
Or
yeah.
do you need to do it for Darkseer?
I think you do it for Darkseer anyways.
Okay.
Prepare.
Because what'll happen in that top lane
battle.
is Skywrath is going to just try to zone you out, so
Yeah.
you can't get your level 2, get an advantage for you, and then go stack for the AM. But the anti-mage, at that point, can just 1v1 the Darkseer. So you need to just get your AM as fast of an advantage as possible.
Can you explain why Jonas Fan doesn't fully buy out? Is this for like faster boots?
Yeah, the Ironwood branches also don't really change much for him.
Okay.
You can go for a wand, but
Yeah.
it's not nearly as important as just having the leftover gold.
Yeah, I guess this kind of build is versatile in a way. Like, for example, if Empire had the Skywrath mage, then you would go for the wand from the side shop.
30 seconds to battle.
Wraithband build for the Gyrocopter. Pretty typical start out.
I saw boots a lot. Remember there was a time period where boots first.
Yeah. I think he's got to go heavier in stats, though, against a dual lane, right?
Yes. I definitely think so. This is like one of those
The
times
battle
where you want to be able to do that.
begins.
Stupendous!
Worthy tribute.
All right, so we're going to have our 100-100 split. Queen of Pain and Storm Spirit both getting their bounty runes. Hanskin's actually going to go for a block out for now. Maybe he's just going to give the first like wave or two of experience to Jonas Fan, so we can start working towards like press the attack. And then he rotates over. He just like stacks up the whole entire time.
If it's a dual lane like it is right now, you probably... Hanskin can help out here. Probably is actually going to go top. So for kill on YOLO Warrior, actually. It's really imperative that YOLO Warrior doesn't get a free level 2.
Yeah,
This
but
is
he's
huge.
going to. As soon as the range creep dies, but actually going to be able to get on top of him before that happens. Yes, he picks up his level 2 now, but he's already a bit low. Fortunately, there's enough Ion Shell damage that Animage couldn't really go for more. Same goes for Seal Kid.
That was huge too, because
Yeah.
if they had found him originally while he was soaking up XP, they would have gotten a kill on him.
Yeah.
It probably would have been enough.
This is a thing that I've seen like Funnick do as well. Like they preemptively Ion Shell like all the way back here. So by the time the creep wave gets there, he's got like a second Ion Shell ready to go and soon to be a third. And it's just like, how does anybody fight you if you just stay next to your creeps, you know?
Yeah, and they're actually just helping out the anti-mage as much as they can. This is the right thing to do. The level 2 Ion Shell is really difficult to deal with for the anti-mage, especially when he's got this low of HP already.
Yeah. They want him to be able to get his Ring of Health, and he's actually going to go for the Ring of Regen first, which will build into the Vlads.
No.
No. Oh, Hatchet.
Yeah. It's so much easier to kill the creeps. Get rid of the Ion Shell creeps. The Ring of Health, I think, is going to come out a little bit too late.
No, does he go for the Ring of Regen at that point?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I think you
I've
have
seen a
enough
lot of
tangos.
animages go like basically both. They get the Ring of Regen right away, and then they get the Ring of Health after.
But consider this: if the Skywrath and Hanskin are just up here, and Hanskin can heal him up too,
yeah,
for pretty much free. It doesn't cost a lot for a Wisp to be able to heal up an anti-mage so full. And he'll take that trade every time over having to force Arrow to delay his Battle Fury by even 2 creep waves.
That makes sense.
Once Arrow gets a Ring of Health too, he's gonna be fine.
Do you go, Limp's holding on to his levels right now. Do you, in your matchup versus Storm, do you go the second level of Shadow Strike? You do, right?
You do if you have kill potential, but if you think an Earthshaker is just gonna be annoying and sit there, then it's probably better to just go for the Screams. Because the real reason you go for the 2 levels of Dagger is not for some sort of ultra harass, it's so that you can actually get kill potential when he drops to your low ground. But when will Limp ever blink on top of the hill when he knows that an Earthshaker could potentially be there?
Right.
Like, look at where Aloha Dance is playing. He's actually just kind of scouting it out, making sure that none of that happens.
Well, Limp still goes for it here, actually. Hits the courier a couple times. And our Darkseer has been pushed back quite a bit. He did get a bottle, so delaying up his Soul Ring a bit.
They want to go on mid. That's why he's going for 2. Even with the Earthshaker here, they want to go for the kill. He's on the low ground. This is what I was talking about.
Yeah, this is perfect. They're going to slow him down so much, and with the big nuke in from Jonas upon, he's going to be able to pick up the first blood and slow down Jonas Aloha Dance enough that they pick up the secondary kill, which... Who did that go to? Queen of Pain. Perfect.
Smart play. Like, Limp knows that the Stormsteer is going to feel incredibly safe because he has the Earthshaker behind him. But General has to know that if he goes down to the low ground like that, then he's going to always get blinked on, daggered, and you probably don't even need the full 4 heroes there to do it. But it just secures the second kill right after that.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Ninjas of Pyjamas reading Empire like a book. YOLO Warrior, now level 4, but he thought he could push up against his Skywrath Mage, but he's actually in some serious trouble with the nuke coming out from the neutral creep. That is almost enough to finish him off. But he gets 1 more bottle hit in, and he'll be okay.
It was close.
Yeah, just think how salty you would be if that 125 shockwave actually was enough to result in his death.
And it kills you, and you're just thinking to yourself, why?
Yeah.
Why is Dota like this? Alright, so General, who... he had a lot of help in this lane. He had kind of a free lane. He's going to get hurt quite a lot by that. Because even if he goes to the stacks at this point, he's still going to be not looking great when it comes to net worth. Like, he farms, what, 500 gold off of that? And it's actually going to go the other way now, where Limp is just going to kind of abuse this lane without the Earthshaker.
You still got, yeah, I feel like he needs some help from a support. And they can try and go for a kill on the Storm Spirit, since he does have that Sonic Wave ready to go.
He's probably okay with kind of waiting this out.
Okay.
Because you're stacking everywhere right now, and Jonas and Fawn this game around has had so much better of a time.
Yeah.
Because he's just abandoned bottom. He's like, it doesn't really matter because I can just get equivalent farm to the Earthshaker and it's okay. And
well, not even equivalent. He's gonna get so much farm with the Wisp stacking up for him. He's already level 5.
Yeah. This is going to be a much cleaner game for...
Oh, YOLO Warrior. He's trying to take away this hard cam stack. Which, who stacked this? Was this intentionally stacked by NiP?
It might have been.
Because I feel like it shouldn't have been. Right?
No.
Like against a Darkseer, that doesn't sound like a good plan.
It's going to be rough, but Arrow's going to get a lot of farm out of this. He's just going to kill this wave. Shouldn't lose too much as a result of this. He's going to hard commit to that.
Another Seder nuke. Whoa, what's happening in the middle lane? Limp, force back, huge dive. Hanskin coming
General
back
still
in,
has mana.
healing up Limp, and yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is
Not going to
under
be able to
attack.
go for that counter kill. Hanskin wants the haste. Is he actually going to get it? Nope. Fisher block out. General picks up the haster. Now he turns to be able to kill Hanskin. He's got to be careful, though.
Limp has the ulti.
Dire's bottom tower
The Fisher
is under
block both
attack.
allowed him to get the haste room, but also denies him being able to chase down the Wisp.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Limp's still looking pretty healthy when it comes to net
Dire's
worth.
bottom tower
Still
is under
700
attack.
ahead. The gyrocopter, as predicted, he had a free lane, so
Yeah.
you kind of anticipate this.
Dire's bottom
I mean, the
tower
fact that
has
Animage
fallen.
has kept up, despite like some of the kills that he's had to go for sometimes against the Dark Seer, or like there's the natural pressure of Ion Shell pushing into the tower.
He does get the ring of regen, though. I think
Yeah.
he dipped way too low that one time.
Mm-hmm.
He probably thinks to himself, okay, finally, I should go for it. It's probably fine.
Yeah. Plus, I think you made up a good point about the Wisp, but it seems like Hanskin has prioritized stacking for Yonasamfan. And I think that goes to show, like, how well Yonasamfan did in that last game, that they're going, you know what, if we actually get Yonasamfan a good early game, he can crush on that Legion Commander.
Yeah, and probably just leaving the AM to be self-sufficient is fine. Especially when YOLO Warrior has this much mana to work with. It's not every day you see the Darkseer both go for the bottle and the Soul Ring and get it this early. And so Era probably just needs the extra regen to farm.
Why does he go for the bottle?
I think originally he thought he was going to be, especially after that mid-engagement, you can't really be low on HP when you're Darkseer, especially when the AM hits 6. Because you got to be careful when you go for the Soul Ring plays, you run out of mana. So it's got a dual function. And also, if he's left in a one-on-one position against the anti-mage, he can do well in that.
Carry still neck and neck. Our mid is a little bit different. CS-wise, 47 and 19 on Limp compared to our 38 and 4. Of course, General did die that one time.
It makes a big difference. But if he's able to get a rebuttal kill on Limp, it turns around completely.
Yonasamfan, despite a little bit less CS, is actually equal experience to the Darkseer.
That's really good. Considering the Darkseer hasn't died and he's just been forcing up the wave.
Yeah.
And considering how much farm the Darkseer is, 46 CS right now.
Yeah, like Darkseer naturally is just going to get probably some of the most farm out of the offlane than any other hero. Oh, Yonasamfan, they led with the ultimate. He's going to be caught out here. He does have the maxed out press the attack and is actually getting some distance. Too bad there's no TPs. Maybe he's actually going to live. Oh, wow. 50 HP. I thought he was dead for sure.
I thought that for a second the play was just to press the attack and then TP out.
Uh-huh.
But maybe he would have died to the gyro still.
Look at that. It's just like, okay, survive on 50 HP, lose no farming time whatsoever. Thanks to press the attack plus Wisp.
Level 4, press the attack too.
Yeah. I like that when you have the Wisp specifically. Like any other time, I would say maxing out your nuke is best, but
Dire's top tower
it's
is
just
under
too
attack.
good when you put it on the Wisp.
Oh yeah, it's essentially a constant mech heal for yourself. But he's gonna finally get some space in this bottom lane, and looks like he's opting to go for the Blade Mail first, unless they're doing some weird roast strat and he's getting Medallion.
Yeah, I like that versus both the Storm Spirit and the Gyrocopter, who are naturally they're both so squishy yet offensive at the same time.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Early Blade Mails are so annoying as a Storm.
Yeah.
Because your initial roll determines so much, and if you could, especially if you go for General's build, where he's got 2 levels of Remnant, only 1 in pull, if he gets a Blade Mail off, then you're just kind of meandering around, and you don't want to do that against the heroes that NiP have.
Wait, the Blade Mail doesn't... How does it work with Ball Lightning? Because if you jump like a little bit past him, and the damage hits that Blade Mail and you're still kind of rolling, you don't take it, right? But it's only if you like stop at the exact same time you hit him?
Sorry I said other. I know that annoys people. I'm not sure how that interacts, actually. I assume while you're rolling you're fine, but as soon as you land, it hurts you.
Okay.
If you land on top of him, then...
It's an interesting interaction here. We have the net worth chart, top 2, both ninjas and pajamas, but Storm Spirit and Gyrocopter not too far behind. They're actually going to go for an early bit of aggression here. They were hoping to be able to find a pick-off, but it looks like they're just going to keep going for this Tier 1 tower. They already made the maneuver over, so they might as well.
This is a pretty big commitment, and there's no way that NiP can fight. This is the benefit of having a gyro versus having an anti-mage. Although the anti-mage, once he has a Battle Fury, can out-farm you if you don't have massive ancient stacks or stacks available to yourself. The anti-mage is going to do pretty much nothing in these early engagements. Like, he'll probably carry a TP at some point, just in case the storm overextends and you have a free opportunity to kill. But other than that, you just focus on your farm.
Alright, well, once they have that blade mail, they may be able to fight, but with a record of 8-1, wow.
That can't have been his first loss.
Was that his first?
What?
No, because he lost at MLG with the Aghanims. So maybe that last game wasn't included.
That game makes me laugh. he was just so sheepish about it.
Not a great idea.
He's like, not a great idea.
Oh well. We all learn.
Okay.
Alright. NiP are just gonna try and make this a trade-off. Safe lane in exchange for middle tower. I like this because last time in game 2, it feels like they're learning so much, right? Like, Jonas and Fun, okay, we need to make sure that we actually secure him farm in the early game because, you know, look how much he performed in the late game last time, and he had a super bad early game. And then also the fact that they're not trying to fight Empire too early, which I felt like that was one of the reasons that they got so far behind in game 2.
The early engagements for me in the last game didn't really make sense. The ultimate at bottom, yes, it made a huge difference, and that probably completely turned the game around for NiP, but it shouldn't have gone that far, and that was once in a lifetime kind of thing. You get that once in 100 games as anti-mage, and to rely on that isn't enough, and this game kind of feels a lot more clean, and Era has to be so careful right now. Because the Storm with a DD and an Earthshaker Fissure follow-up is enough to kill him. He might actually just walk in the jungle and die here. He thinks he's playing the safe way, but...
Oh no, he blinked to the hard camp! Oh dear, Fissure. Pull back, double damage. Now the Wisp comes
silence
in.
Is
Maybe
here.
they can actually heal him up. Oh, General
yes,
gonna be dropped over the ultimate. Now the Sonic Wave comes in. Aloha Dance hit by the Shadow Strike. He could turn around Echo Slam, but no, Era's too healthy. Even gets a health potion, press the attack. Era, the healing, the mana from heaven. And now he's got his Battle Fury coming in.
You've got Jonas and Fan too, who's got a Blade Mail and 580 gold to back himself up at 14 minutes. That's a huge swing the other way. They're going to get a free kill on the Apathy too. And
oh, dual toss back. That'll stall him up a little bit, and they'll have to just go for the kill.
It's worth it at that point.
Yeah.
There's no way that you continue to stall, especially when you're walking into an area with 0 wards.
Yeah.
It's just a fortuitous kill to run into.
Oh, and that... I'm not sure if he did... Yeah, oh yeah, he already had his ultimate before. Sealkid got a lot of levels. Like, he was level 6 before they went into that engagement.
And now he's level 7.
And now he's level 7.
4 levels of Ancient Seal. If I'm that Storm Spirit player, it doesn't get easier as the time goes on, and they might even go for this kill at top. Sealkid, he's got the silence. General, he's playing this pretty carefully because he has that ward available to himself, and they're going the other way!
Oh no, we've seen this before with the silent gyrocopter play last game.
That would have been such a big kill for them, because they have the anti-mage there too.
Yeah.
They just guessed wrong. It was 50-50.
Yep. They
had to check up or down, and they decided to go left. That made 0 sense.
What you up to, General? Is he trying to wait for somebody to farm this, or...?
I don't think so. I think he just has to get out. He knows that there are way too many heroes up there.
Do you agree with his choice? I mean, right now, maybe he doesn't go for it completely. Okay. Now he's definitely going Bloodstone. Do you agree with his choice to go Bloodstone against Skywrath Mage and that silence?
Dire's middle tower is
because the other response would have been Yule Scepter.
I think if you're going Yules, you're just gonna get... You're gonna be useless in fights.
Okay.
In some ways, like there's pros and cons for everything when you play Storm. If he goes for the Orchids, maybe he can kill the Anti-Mage a few times, but I think he's way too far behind for that. Yeah. Especially since the Queen of Pain is gonna get...
Telekinesis, they'll pick up Era, Hans can relocate out, the 10 is still there, but no! Oh no! Hanskin. He was like half a second from pulling out that Anti-Mage. That would have been a huge save.
It's gonna cost him his life too.
Yep, he can't get out.
And that's a pretty significant swing the other way, as the Anti-Mage really relies on not dying during this time period, so he can continue to just snowball. And this is going to be time for the Gyrocopter to make some headway in catching up.
Well, Jonas Simfon is actually getting pretty close to his Blink Dagger, considering the fast timing of his Blade Mail and Shreds.
Yeah, he's had a really good time this game. Especially considering that he almost never laned for the first 5 minutes of the game. That's just the Wisp doing a really good job of stacking continuously. But you do want to see him get involved in some more dual kills.
Yeah.
It does make a difference.
Empire's just saying so grouped up now that they have the Orchid. I bet they're going to play really aggressively with those two cores and just create space for Anti-Mage.
That's what you have to do. The Queen of Pain's life, obviously, it's not completely useless, but if you're getting 2 or 3 pickoffs and you die and you're creating space for the AM, perfectly fine. And he's actually maybe going to see the Rubik and turn around for this.
Era comes in, so now Yolo Warrior just surges himself up, runs away. There's no one low enough in mana for Era to try and jump him, so...
Still, forcing them out of your jungle is a big deal. You have to establish control of the jungle, especially for an AM. You can't just let them invade, get 4 heroes in there and farm it out. You actually have to have some heroes help out. Almost has a completed Vlad's too.
Yolo Warrior just trying to stall up this push as best as possible. Looks like our Storm Spirit's about 1,400 gold away from Bloodstone.
They spot silent. They know that everyone's in the jungle again, and they're just going to try to head out. Oh, the Rubik's actually killed the bottom. Okay.
Oh, the relocate.
Yeah.
I didn't see it on the map. Damn. Well, that... Oh, I'm surprised he didn't leave him there. Oh, there's a lot of farm top. Never mind. I was about to say, because he's so close to his Blink Dagger at this point.
He's going to get out with his top farm anyways, so he probably doesn't care too much. He's quite close to it any. He can even sell. Yeah, that's what he's going to go for. With the Blink and the Blade Mail now, this should be a kill on most of the heroes that he can just set up for free. Yeah. And if they relocate on top of that, there's almost no chance that Empire can really fight that.
We've talked about this before with the Axe play on Na'Vi. Hiding your Blink Dagger, who do you go for? What's your target? If you could hide your Blink Dagger for, say, a full minute, but get any kill that you want, who's that person?
Of course it's going to be the Storm in this position. what kind of question is that?
I mean, it could be the Gyrocopter. I don't know.
The Gyro.
I mean, they've already, in a way, Storm Spirit's already kind of shut down, right? Anti-Mage.
No, you got to keep shutting him down. I hate this hero. You just got to keep killing him. Never let him farm.
Blitz Dota. Did
He's
you just
so
say
annoying.
You hate Storm Spirit?
Yeah. Oh, Jonas actually might get a jump at top. He's looking for it.
He got it. Got the duel. Can they kill him fast enough, though, for the duel? Oh, yeah, with the Skywrath Mage ultimate, that'll make it easy. Ninjas the Pyjamas actually managed to get ahead of that silent ultimate. Turn around. He's got no mana.
They're waiting for it. Limp's coming in.
They slow him down. Orchid's there as well. Anti-Mage, telekinesis top back. Oh, that was a really good toss back, too. Looks like Sonic Wave gets laid out. They'll be able to get the Rubik. That's it. TP's canceled. They'll take control of this tier 1 tower. General's just trying to split bush as much as possible.
Still, that's a Darkseer that you just got. And you finally got some dual damage. That's actually the second duel he's won, but one with 14 damage this time around. And you get a Rubik. You're going to get a tier 1 out of this. Just further space created for everybody on the map right now. Even the Gyrocopter came there and was rebuffed. So that's not time he's farming or anything like that. This Gyrocopter, he's going to start to steadily get behind as the Anti-Mage. Once he picks up the Yasha, his attack speed increases by so much. He can clear through these stacks so quickly. They can go for the Ancients too if they want at some point.
How's our Earthshaker doing for Blinked? Oh, he's pretty close.
Aloha Dance, man. He always performs.
It's Tranquil Boots Soul Ring. It just gives you so much sustained jungle time. Earthshaker's actually really good at jungling. Oh, the Orchid and the duel, the pick off on General. Not even the mech can save him. Another win for Legion Commander, up to 38 damage already. And now they're going to go for YOLO Warrior. They know he doesn't have Surge up, and they just blow him up.
Just so many pickoffs right now. You have to be so careful, and you have to respect the initiation, because you can't just assume it's Jonas and Fun ever. Like, everybody's going to filter in with the relocate being available. And
then you also get bursted so quickly with the Skywrath Mage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, they're always going to be together. Jonas and Fun plus the Sky. If there's any more heroes and NiP feel like they can get another pickoff, then they can devote the relocate to it. And you're guaranteeing yourself a fight win because nobody has a BKB. The duel plus the Blade Mail is just too much to handle. This is going to be an Aegis. 21 minutes for Era.
Bloodstone and Blink Dagger for Empire, though. This will leave them a big opportunity. In fact, they even have the smoke ready to go. So this is really their time. They have to go out, get some sort of Blink Echo Slam, and win a fight.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, and they have to do it soon because even the Queen of Pain is getting a lot. We're talking a lot about the Anti-Mage, but the Queen of Pain, when it comes to levels, is not that far behind the AM.
True.
And they've got to get a lot out of this next engagement.
Because he got so many levels.
He's been a part of so many kills, and he hasn't died yet.
Gyrocopter's doing pretty damn well for himself. BKB for both the Gyro and Queen of Pain coming in, but then maybe slowed down. Little gank coming up. Apathy immediately blinks himself away, and that gank is immediately spoiled. Ninjas and Pyjamas don't want to risk it next to that tier 2 tower.
Yeah, Limp isn't close enough. If Limp was a little bit closer, maybe they consider it. But even with the Aegis, there are still things that can go wrong. And you're kind of securing yourself to late game as it goes on right now. So you have to be concerned if you're on IP. There's no reason to take that fight. Your vision isn't even very good. Yeah. Maybe if they had a bunch of wards down there, it would be okay for them to take. But that's just risky.
They're getting so close to the Manta on Anti-Mage too.
Yeah, there's no reason to push this type of issue when Lip is about to have a BKB.
So Jonas some fun. They'll just push out middle. Anti-Mage will finish up that Manta at the top lane while Empire take a tier 2 bottom.
Is under attack.
Just trading out repeatedly. The AIM's going to have his Manta right now. All the item timings are filtering in at the right time for NiP.
Still, that net worth chart does not look great. Storm Spirit only at 8k. Above him is the Queen of Pain, Legion Commander, and the Anti-Mage.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Okay, so General, he's got to get another item to be able to participate in fights. This alone isn't enough. Not nearly. The amount of farm that he has right now doesn't really contribute too much.
You've got 2 BKBs and a Manta. Does he still go Orchid? Is the attack speed really that valuable?
You probably...
Oh, Lip just jumped in. He's going in for Silent. He has to pop his BKB in response to this Sonic Wave. He's probably going to have to blink out as well. Away he goes. So, they keep on going. Era's going to be able to go for Silence here, trying to blow him up. They will have the damage eventually. The Bear can just blink forward one more time.
Dance gets caught
and
too.
He's got his ultimate as well. If he can actually get that ultimate onto the energy. No! Storm Spirit blinks away. What an awkward fight.
Doesn't even matter. 3 for 1. You get the Gyrocopter too, and some more dual damage. In this mid lane, YOLO Warrior, he's going to get chased down. He doesn't have a TP available. Era might actually just blink up.
Yeah, quick pit stop, take out the tier 1 tower, and now get the kill on YOLO Warrior. Doesn't even need the ultimate.
You've got a blink now on Apathy, but it doesn't even matter. Era's not even afraid. He's got a Manta style, 1800 gold backing him up, and the Aegis. There's very little they can commit to go to kill him. If the Storm rolls in, there's just the opportunity of it being turned around on, like you saw at bottom. That's so close. Like General commits his entire mana pool, just gets blown up by the Anti-Mage.
Why not Arcane Boots on Skywrath Mage? It's just you need to tank up on him?
Yeah, I think they're just going all out tank.
Okay.
Who really needs
I would have expected
mana?
a couple of Null Talismans in that case.
Yeah.
You know? He's
pretty poor though, since Hanskin's buying up items. Hanskin wants to get a Glimmer Cape so that what happens at bottom doesn't happen.
True.
Because who's going to get a gem or dust if you're on the side of Empire? Like, you don't have the item slots really to work with. And gem and dust become expensive over time.
And it's always so hard to play Wisp against Earthshaker. Right? Because Earthshaker's naturally just going to always try and blink on you. Because you're always going to be paired up with another hero.
It's such a good item against Sorcerer, too. You get rid of a lot of the overload damage, the zip-in damage, the remnant damage. Empire doesn't have the best physical damage to go with, too. Since Gyrocopter, he's got Black King Bar and an SNY. You can survive through that.
Jonas and Fawn, the smoke pops. They manage to get a defensive blink out, but hey, they've got Limp. He's going to come in, double silence. General, very dead, has to Bloodstone. They actually now come in with a relocate. They're going to be able to get Aloha Dance. Tether slow. If he wants to, he could pop that ultimate. Oh, they got the duel as well. Jonas and Fawn now up to 66 damage. Looks like Yola Warrior TP'd out.
If you're comparing the second game of Legion Commander to this one, it's night and day. He's had such a good start, and they've just been able to snowball on the back of every single one of these duels.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Ninjas and Pyjamas keep going. 3 to 16. How have Empire only had 3 kills so far over the last 27 minutes? Ninjas and Pyjamas have just been one step ahead of Empire the whole entire time.
It was just whoever had more gas in the tank, especially after that second game being so close. And it feels like NiP were just able to put it behind them. They just go back to a similar strategy and say, this time we'll execute it a little bit better. Yeah. We've got some more comfort heroes on our side, and we'll try
General
to have
doesn't have a Bloodstone Suicide. He's got to tip away now. All his mana, because he knows he's got to get as much distance from that Queen of Pain as possible. With the Orchid and no Bloodstone Suicide, he can't afford to give up that kill.
He's got 1,800 gold.
Did you, we had that team fight. Did you answer if he still goes Orchid?
I think he has to get, I think if he goes for a BKB, the Legion Commander just duels him, and they probably have enough physical damage to bring him down.
I ain't gonna duel. Oh, man, that was a moment of courage, Pops.
They're getting so much around the map right now. Yeah, he's still going for the Orchid. There's no right choice anymore. Yeah. Honestly, there's just whatever item he goes for isn't really going to help him too much. Yeah.
So now the Orchid, the active, is really only going to play well against the supports at this point, which he probably has to go for anyway, right? You always try and jump the Skywrath Mage.
If you can jump the Skywrath Mage and the Queen of Pain has already committed the Orchid and the duel's already been used, I know that sounds like a really complicated string of things to happen, but it's not that far-fetched. Then you can just blow up the Skywrath Mage yourself. Not have to worry about any disables or counters.
Are they going to find him? Blink away. Aloha Dance is out. Silent. Not so lucky. They have the duel. Oh, Jonas Apon's taking a lot of damage, and there's still that BKB, but with Sonic Wave, never mind. They easily have enough burst damage. They're going to go for more. Silence? No. Feel the Warriors enough distance away.
So much duel damage now on Jonas and Fun.
Oh, Aloha Dance actually canceled his TP to Fisher.
Oh, do they know? They're looking for him.
Yeah, I think they realize that there's a very good chance that Earthshaker's still stuck in these areas. But they don't want to waste too much time looking for him. So instead, they're going to back up, smoke, and go for a gank at bottom lane. Jeez, Generals. Poor guy.
No, he's fine. He should back after this. Like, he has to anticipate this coming forward. Like, nobody is at the top right now. This is like a space creation death. He has to be so careful. He's throwing down remnants, but they're going to find him for sure. He's going to zip away to the right.
Oh, Jonas Aphon actually had that one on the mark still, though. General gets the Ball Lightning TP away.
Heads up play. So close to that being a disaster.
Yeah. He would have gone down to, what, 3 Bloodstone charges?
Oh, and a top. They relocate to kill Aloha Dance, who's trying to go for the split push, but you can't really against an anti-mage plus a Wisp. But that feels kind of like a space creation death. Like, well, hopefully everybody's taking this time to farm.
I'm not sure how much space they're actually going to get here. Era. He doesn't really care. Like, even if they throw down the wall, he'll just blink away. Oh, maybe not. They've actually got the blink. Hey, no! Relocate away. They managed to save Era. This time, Hanskin is in time.
And he buys his Abyssal Blade at the same time, too.
And they'll probably bring him back. Nope, Hanskin. Glimmer Cape, but they do have the counter ward there.
It would just be way too risky to bring him back.
I thought, like, Limp would rotate over and then they'd have a decent fight, but...
Jonas is too far. I think if Jonas was really close, they would have 100% taken that fight, but there's no reason to lose anything more than a Wisp or even risk it. Right? So what's the payoff? You maybe get 1 kill.
94 extra damage on this Legion Commander. What a just 180 turnaround from last game's early game.
They're going to go for Roshan, and this is probably a decent high ground time for them too. They have an Abyssal Blade on their anti-mage. There's not a whole lot that can stop you at this point. An AC is kind of near for Limp if he wants to go for it.
His own personal record. Any hero. Oh, damn. 2 last hits off of the most AM last hits at 30 minutes in this match.
Just realized he almost has 400 CS at 31 minutes.
He's over 10xing. What is this? He's 12xing. It's insane. 12 creeps a minute.
What a guy.
Aaron knows how to use space. That's for sure.
Storm's just balling away, trying not to get caught off.
This
tier 2 mid could be the next target for them. They don't have to go for the one at top just because it's so pushed in. This mid one is maybe a little bit more dangerous, but it's so convenient.
It's like Butterfly next for Era.
Radiant's middle
700
tower
gold per minute.
Dire's top tower is under
Era
attack.
is having the time of his life, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's some fun. It's just waiting for somebody to come ward.
Yeah, they haven't been able to like push past like this area for the longest time because he's either been sitting in these trees. Now you can see he's sitting even more offensively,
Top tower is under attack.
which is pretty risky considering the defensive position that you're in.
Oh, he's actually just waiting for
This
bottom.
ward?
He's gonna wait for General to show himself. And
Oh, blinks back, and Yoda Savant catches him. He's got no more mana left. Let's see if his damage is enough to kill him within Sonic Wave. Oh, the telekinesis actually buys him time. And General does fall, but no dual damage now. Bash up and Aloha Dance. He's completely out of mana. The last couple of nukes will be able to finish him off. Limp commits with the BKB. Now Era moves forward, unable to catch up to Silent. And Ninjas and Pyjamas claim 3 without losing a hero, not even anybody low.
so smart of Jonas and Fun to just wait there because he knows that General, once 2 heroes show themselves at the top, General's going to think to himself, this bottom lane, I can just go out a little bit, right? Yeah, I've been so careful this entire game. Just take 1 wave, I'll back, I'll be good. But Jonas and Fun just waited that entire time by that ward region. So it's like somebody comes forward, then he can blink out. If not, he looks for the pick off there and instantly the relocates there.
Got the Orchid, he's making a TP play here. They actually tried to still catch him out. And with the Earthshaker coming back, they don't want to risk it, so... Even though they have the Aegis, is it expiring soon?
You've got almost a full Butterfly completed on Arrow too.
Oh, okay.
And it just...
that's why.
Yeah, it gets rough from here on out. Because your Gyrocopter, he either has to commit to buying the MKB, which is the only way they're ever going to kill the Anti-Mage, but if he does that, then there's going to be a time period where he won't have the... What is that item called? Buyback. Just be really careful.
Oh, wow. Crystallis for Legion Commander. There's no Butterfly on Gyrocopter, so I guess the heavier amount of damage makes sense.
Yeah, because the Gyro just has to get an MKB of his own.
Limp's going to catch Aloha Dance with the Orchid. And some dual damage. Vacuum Yola Warrior, that's got to be dangerous. Looks like he'll still get out, though. They've got 2 minutes to use this Aegis.
It's a long enough time to just set up map control like they are right now.
Yeah.
They might even want to just go mid because their Earthshaker's down. And it's unlikely that a support Earthshaker at this phase of the game, with how little farm they have, is going to have buyback available.
Yeah. He has double the net worth of Storm Spirit and almost double the net worth of Gyrocopter. You combine the two, and they're just slightly ahead of him.
Radiant's top tower has
So much damage, the backdoor protection doesn't mean anything.
And now everybody is picking up items left and right here. The Anti-Mage has a full Butterfly when he wants it.
You know, some fun. Got to pick up his Daedalus recipe and farm up the bottom lane, which will then give him the Demon Edge.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They're just getting so many items right now. They're just absolutely securing this game. Like, they want... I mean, they can taste it. They're so close right now.
Yeah.
It's a 20k plus net worth lead. They don't want what happened last game to happen, especially with how close they are to getting to the finals.
Mm-hmm. They're going to be facing Vega Squadron.
Oh, that's right.
I feel like
tomorrow.
Yeah.
When
I saw Empire NiP, I mean, Vega's great, and Na'Vi, you don't really know much about Na'Vi until you actually see them in action with PSM. But I felt like the top bracket was just a bit better. So I felt like whoever's going to win this series was going to move on to the best of 5 with like a little bit of an advantage over either Vega or Na'Vi.
Empire, this is their play. If this doesn't work and they run into NiP and this fails terribly, then I actually think that they might just call it a day.
Era just now lost this Aegis. This is exactly why Empire smoked when they did.
They have to take advantage of whatever openings they have now.
Yeah.
But NiP is
Gem
just
for Limp. I mean, if that isn't securing the game even further, just taking away all of the enemy vision.
Alright, so the smoke fails, but they didn't run into anybody, so it's not the worst thing in the world.
And they'll finish up that MKB soon.
Does he have buyback on the gyrocopter? No. They're just all in committing for this right now.
Yeah.
That's probably the correct play to make, in all honesty.
Yeah, it's
the
like
buyback won't matter.
It's like that situation you were talking about last game, where you said if they were farther behind, you commit to the Abyssal, but because the game's still relatively even, or like they're only slightly behind, you keep that buyback.
Oh, Jonas and Fun just going straight for that gyrocopter.
Wow, Jonas and Fun trying to lock him down with a duel. They do have the jump in now as Era comes in with the open. There it is! Double kill for Era. Blows him up, and Jonas and Fun will survive. Now he's going to look for more. Trying to catch up to Aloha. Dance gets the supports. GG. Empire done for. They kept this series going just a little bit longer by winning game number 2 off the back of an 8 HP throne. But Ninjas and Pyjamas, despite that very tough loss, come back all the stronger in game number 3.
Yeah, this is just as dominant as it gets. Like, they played the map control game. They're like, last time we maybe made a few missteps with our anti-mage strategy, but this time they just took things so slowly and waited things out.